Hello and welcome to Market Check at Deven Choksey, the daily market podcast where we decode the Indian financial markets. Let's get started by understanding how the global sentiment and the gift nifty looks like to start with. The gift nifty is opened with a positive start, indicating a gap up start for the domestic Indian market as well. The Chinese stocks pair declines after central bank holds rate. Taiwan stocks rise after elections. One can say that the Asian markets have opened up on a positive territory, where we do see Nikkei and Hong Kong starting with gains, where Nikkei, the Japan markets has witnessed a real good outperformance around 200 points of an up move, and Hong Kong markets are also up around 50 points. Taking a look at the US markets, Dow did close more than 100 points lower in Friday's session. And of course, we did see that on a weekly basis there was action, but on the Friday session there was a lower close for Dow in particular, where it did close around 118 points downtrend. S&P and Nasdaq did try to support the markets. However, one can say that the Friday session was quite a weak session for the US markets. Taking a look at the energy pack, the US crude oil drops to $75 a barrel briefly, then fades after strikes against Iran-backed Houthis. And gold and silver, as we see in the bullion market, the gold rallies on Middle East tensions and Fed rate cuts are the bet. Of course, in the international market, both gold and silver have shown a lot of momentum. Last but not the least, the US Treasury yields tick lower Friday as investors assess inflation data. So these are all the global sentiments which one needs to consider for the trading session today. Keep an eye on the Gift Nifty, as the positive start of the Gift Nifty gives a positive momentum and a hope for a gap up start for the Indian markets. Let us take a look at the trade setup for the Monday session. We are starting a fresh week, and let's see how the trade setup looks like for the domestic market and how will the scenario pan out for the day. Technology stocks played a vital role in the last week, and particularly on 12th of January, boosting the Nifty 50 to a new high after 8 days of consolidation and closing a tad below 21,900 levels. Given the strong momentum in the bulls camp, the index is likely to climb the much-awaited psychological 22,000 mark soon, with support at 21,750 and 21,600 levels, but might get pressure from bears at 22,000. On 12th of January, the benchmark indices ended at a record new closing high, with Sensex rising around 850 points to close at 72,568, while the Nifty surged around 250 points to close at 21,895 and formed a clearly bullish candlestick pattern, and there was a lot of action during the session amongst all the indices. In fact, the index has also seen a strong breakout of downward sloping resistance trend line hurdle of 21,750 with a gap up opening on the same day. Positive chart pattern like higher tops and bottoms is intact, and the recent swing low on the 10th of January at 21,448 could be considered as a new higher bottom of the sequence. Even on the weekly chart, the Nifty 50 has formed a reasonable bull candle with a long lower shadow, nullifying the bearish doji pattern implication of the previous week, as Nifty closed above the high of last week, that is 21,834 levels. Hence, the next upside level to be watched is around 22,200, while the immediate support is 21,750. Considering all of these, if you have a look at the key support and resistance levels for the major indices, Nifty, Bank Nifty, for the trading session today, let's understand Nifty first. Nifty is likely to see immediate resistance at 21,914, followed by 21,978 and 22,059 levels, while on the lower side it can take support at 21,765, followed by 21,714 and 21,633. Meanwhile, on 12th of January, Bank Nifty also closed higher, but the gains were lower than the benchmarks. The banking index climbed 272 points to 47,710 and formed a bullish candlestick pattern with upper and lower shadows on the daily charts. The Bank Nifty index displayed strength by overcoming the initial hurdle at 47,500, signaling potential upward movement towards the next resistance level at 48,000. Further, decisive breach of 48,000 is crucial as it could trigger substantial short covering, propelling the index towards the 50,000 mark. The lower support is evident at 47,000, a level marked by significant put writing. As we clearly see, Bank Nifty is expected to see resistance at 47,752 level, followed by 47,952 and 48,129. While on the lower side, it may take support at 47,486, followed by 47,376 and 47,199 levels. Let us now have a look at what are the stocks and news for the trading sessions today. Now that we have already seen what are the important resistance and support levels for Nifty, Bank Nifty, let's see what are the stocks in focus, and even before that, let's understand what are the results which are going to be posted during the trading session today, that is 15th of January. Jio Financial Services, Angel One, Fed Bank Financial Services, Kesoram Industries, Reliance Industrial Infrastructure are amongst a few companies. PCBL, in fact, Nelco are the few companies, and of course there's a list of another cash companies as well which will be posting, but these are the few ones which one needs to keep an eye on. Of course, the platform stocks Angel One and Jio Financial Services are the major ones which one needs to have a look at for the trading session today. The stocks and news, we start with HCL Technologies, as the technology company has registered a 14% quarter-on-quarter growth in profit at 4,350 crore for the quarter ended December FY24, meeting analysts' expectations. Revenue during the quarter grew by 6.7% sequentially to 28,446 crore, and constant currency revenue growth at 6%. The next stock in news is Wipro, as the company has reported IT services revenue at 22,150 crore for the quarter ended December FY24, falling 1% over the previous quarter, while revenue in dollar terms dropped 2% sequentially to $2,656 million, and the same in constant currency fell 1.7% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. The next stock in focus would be Tata Consumer Products, as the FMCG company has signed definitive agreements to acquire 100% stake in Capital Foods for 5,100 crore and Organic India for 1,900 crore. Adani Enterprises is another stock one needs to keep an eye on, as Adani New Industries, a wholly owned subsidiary of the company, has received a letter of award for Solar Energy Corporation of India for setting up electrolyzers manufacturing capacity of 199 megawatt per annum in India under Strategic Interventions for Green Hydrogen Transition Scheme. Keep an eye on Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, as BHEL has received a letter of award for an EPC package. Clearly, as we see, an award which has been given and which has been received by BHEL, and the project is worth 15,000 crores. Business expansion and an award win which keeps BHEL in focus. The next stock in focus would be Just Dial, as the local search engine has recorded a 22% year-on-year growth in net profit at 92 crore for the quarter ended December FY24, while revenue from operations increased by 20% on a year-on-year basis to 265 crore during the same period. So these are all the important stocks which will be in news, and of course keep an eye on the results which are going to be posted as well. Let us now take a look at the FIs and DIs data. The foreign institutional investors offloaded shares worth Rs 340 crores, while the domestic institutional investors bought shares worth Rs 2,911 crore on the 12th of January. So this is exactly how the trade setup would pan out today. Keep an eye on all the important indicators, and of course the result season is ongoing, so there might be volatility seen in the market, which is but obvious. But in spite of any of the volatility or irrespective of any market condition, research is always something which will save you. And as we always say, research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Deven Choksey have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you are done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait any further and embark on a wealth building adventure together. Thank you and have a nice day.